Hey Viking Nation, welcome to a Viking Moment, where today I'm joined by head coach Josh Holt. Coach, everyone here in the Bristol community remembers Josh Holt as a football player. Tell us a little bit about what Josh Holt did after being a student here at Tennessee High School.
Went on to college, started the process of becoming a teacher and a coach. Started out at Virginia Intermont, went up there as a baseball scholarship. Didn't really care for high school or college baseball, it just wasn't for me. So I ended up transferring to Emory-Henry to continue playing football. Up there, I got up there, I majored in geography and earth science and got my first gig as a teacher at John Battle High School as an earth science teacher and a high school football coach up there. So I spent 3 years at John Battle, then 1 more year at Holston, and I joined the military right after my stint at Holston. So I did 4 years really altogether in the military, then came right back out of the Army and went to Buncombe County, North Carolina to teach for 1 year. I kind of got out of the Army a little late that year in order to coach football, but I just taught there for 1 year. And just so happened the same job I had before I went into the Army opened back up at Holston High School, so I ended up back there in the same classroom, teaching the same subjects, coaching football up there. So I did 2 more years there at Holston, transferred to Abingdon, where I taught earth science and coached football there. And then I went and we kind of started the building trades program back at Virginia High, where I taught there for about 2.5 years, but while I was at Virginia High, I actually coached here at Tennessee High. So that's when I got my first chance to come back home to Tennessee High and coach. And then after that 2.5 years, the job at the middle school over here opened up as a technology teacher, and I kind of fell into that slot, and it got me back home completely.
Gotcha. Well, Coach, you talked a little bit about it just now, but in your time away from Bristol, you spent time serving our country, and actually was a little bit more of a decorated soldier than we actually really knew at beginning with, because you didn't talk a whole lot about it, but we found that out. But from being your time in service and everything, tell us a little bit about how maybe that prepared you a little bit to be the head football coach at Tennessee High.
I just think the discipline of the military, the Army in general, kind of helped me a lot. It calmed me down a little bit, I'll tell you that. I got a little more discipline. I figured out, the more simple you are, the more disciplined you can be and the more consistent you can be. So that's kind of how I try to live my life. That's kind of how I try to coach here. I try to transfer that over as well. But I also learned a lot about leadership. In the military, there's leaders everywhere, and what I learned was there are really good leaders and there are really bad leaders. And I learned a lot from the good leaders, but I think I learned more of what not to do from the bad leaders. The things that they did, I said, if I'm ever a leader in any position, I'll never do that. And then you kind of supplement that with the good ones as well. I'm glad I did the military, but at the same time, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad I did my piece.
Well, Coach, we're glad to have you back here at Tennessee High School. We're
Glad
glad
to be
that
here.
part of your life is over now, too. So as we begin preparation, last week was our first week back from dead period, and we actually start our season next year. And so as we're beginning preparation, just what can we expect from the Tennessee High football team this year moving forward?
I kind of mentioned it just a minute ago. Our big goal is to be a disciplined, simple, and very consistent football team in all phases of the game. Defensively, we want to be disciplined, simple, and consistent, and the same thing on offense. We really want to control the ball on offense, make sure we're holding on to it on that side of the ball. I don't know how flashy we'll be, but we'll be very consistent.
Great. Coach, I appreciate you for your time.
No
Hey,
problem.
Viking Nation, thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you soon.